to our introduction of shorting. Well, for anyone who does not know, shorting is going to be when we bet against the company. That's what we're doing here, team. We are going to bet against the stock. We are going to say not that the stock is going to rise, but that this stock is going to fall and fade. Now, the greatest thing about this is that we know that most of these penny stocks are not good plays. Let's flip the script here. Let's go over to www.finviz.com. So when we go over to finviz.com and we check this on out, we can click screener right here. And you can see right here, there are 9,510 stocks available. 9,510 stocks available. How difficult is it to be able to find the number one stock that's going to spike on the day? It's going to be very difficult. People always search this question. They go on Google, they ask me, they type it on Twitter. What's going to be the best play? What's going to be the best stock? What stock is going to rise in the next few years? What is going to be the next play to run on up? Well, guys, you have a 1 in 9,510 chance of finding that best play. Now, instead, what can we do? We can wait for answers to be given to us. If I know that these are all the top gainers on the day, I know GME's the top gainer, I know ACIU's the top gainer, I know TVGN's the top gainer, I know CCLD's the top gainer. Guess what, team? I know that these are going to have opportunities to come crashing all the way back on down. So today, I really want to make sure you understand the psychology behind shorting and why we love it so much. So let's think about this here, team. We know that if we had to close our eyes and there was a bag of marbles, and inside this bag of marbles, there was 9,500 red ones, and there was one blue one, which was going to be the play that we want to get involved in, the one that's going to spike up to the moon, and I reached my hand into it. What are the odds that I grab that one blue one, that I'm going to nail that play? And the odds are very bad. But what if I said, hey, you know what? This morning, I know all these plays are up this morning, and now these are now my targets for the plays that are going to become the best shorts. Because let's actually go through something. This might be a little bit weird here, team, but let's check this on out. If I take a look at ACIU today, take a look what ACIU is doing. ACIU had a monster spike this morning. What is it doing right now? It's crashing on down. Traders, let's go over and take a look at these. TVGN, what did this play do? It went on a monster spike. What is it doing right now? It's crashing on down, right? CCLD, take a look at this play. This play this morning went on a monster spike. What did it end up doing? It came on crashing all the way back on down, right? Let's take a look at all of these plays here. These plays are known for very big spikes and then comes crashing back on down. When I'm talking about shorting, I am not talking about shorting Apple. I am not talking about shorting Microsoft. I am not talking about shorting any sort of blue chip play. There has been a shift in the way that people trade stocks, a shift in a way that people see investments ever since social media came on out. And people have been missing, I think, the biggest way to make profit. The way that I've been able to make over $551,000. You guys have seen this. I'll bring this picture up right now. This is everything I have. Year to date, $570,000. This is right from Lightspeed right here. Previous day, $4,000. Month to date, $61,000. You can see these profits, $4,000, $8,000. You could see $12,000 gains, $6,000 gains, $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, $22,000 profit days. How in the world am I doing this? How in the world is this guy again, making so much money? People are missing out. And I don't care how much I explain it to people. People still miss out. Guys, it's almost ridiculous. It's almost crazy. I've told everyone on my Twitter. I told everyone on my stock tweets. I told everyone on my Discord. I told everyone on my Facebook. I told everyone on the email list. I told everyone on my TikTok. I told everyone here. Everyone here, I am going to teach you the best way to be able to make money. Still, not every single person is jumping at that. Not every single person is saying, ooh, teach me. People fall into habits and they have such a hard time breaking habits. They fall into habits and they say, I want to be an option trader. And they lose one trade and they lose again 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 and they lose again. And they say, man, I'm just maybe not that very good at stock trading, but I still want to be an option trader. Okay, so I lose again. Okay, I'm going to fund my account. Hey, maybe you should try a different strategy. No, I want to be an option trader. It's like we're adults, but a lot of times adults just get so stubborn. They don't want to take direction. They don't want to learn. They don't want to try anything different. I see people all the time don't want to try anything different, even when they are consistently losing. I see it a lot of times, in the fitness world. My one friend is a trainer. He tells me this all the time. People are overweight or unhealthy, and they say, hey, I want to lose weight. Okay, stop eating this food. They still go home and they still eat that food. So the thing is, I'm here to tell you, we are in a time where social media is leading towards so many different pumps. Social media leads to so many different big rips and runs. Social media leads to so many climbs that these plays just get overextended. These plays are built up and fabricated on nothing but thin air. That's what is so great about us being in the small percentage. Because you know what? I'm trying to break you out of that old habit of you again just being locked up and saying, I just want to buy whatever stock moves on up. Because I guarantee there are people at this time. I can guarantee that there are people at this moment that are saying to themselves, yep, Deck, every time I see a stock spike, I always buy it at the very tippity top. Every time I see a stock move itself on up, I always say, I want to be the guy that buys at the very tippity top here. And then guess what happens? You end up up losing. Traders, instead of buying at tippity top, why are we not the person that just shorts it at tippity top? One of my favorite emails that I get is, Deck, no matter what I do, I seem like I always buy at the top. And I say, awesome, sounds like you'd be a great shorter. How about instead of clicking that buy button, you just click the sell button? Instead of clicking that buy button, you just click the short button. And you know what? Seems like you always have a perfect entry. So how do these companies spike? How do these companies move? How do these companies rip and run? Like, what is going on here? Let's really think about the foundation. Let's think about the fundamentals. Let's think about why these plays are moving the way they are. So what happens, guys, is these plays, such as ACIU or a lot of these other plays, come out with some sort of press release, okay? So if we take a look at our news scanner here, let's think about, why did this stock go on a big rip today? Why did ACIU go on a run? Like, what was going on with this play? And we could see ACIU did come out with all this press release here. And what we had over on this press release is right here. We had ACIU signs an exclusive option and licensing agreement for active immunotherapy targeting beta for Alzheimer's diseases. So I know that sounds confusing. And don't worry, I'm going to teach you how to find these hot press releases and how to know which ones are good or bad. So that's all going to come in time. But really what happened here is that every morning traders are watching news scanners such as this one, and they wait for hot keywords such as the word agreement, which is highlighted right here. And the moment that these keywords come on out, guess what everyone does? Everyone buys the stock, rips and runs, spikes and climbs, buys it, buys it, buys it, buys it. And it basically goes up too high too quickly. In anything, in all these plays, if they go up too fast, if they go up too high and too quickly, guess what happens? They eventually get selling. And the selling now turns and momentum shifts dramatically. Nearly every single one of these plays that come out with any sort of news gets pumped up too high, and usually the number one top gainers turn into the number one top losers. So guess what happens here? ACIU came out with a press release. People saw the press release, started buying it. Then guess what happens? People on Twitter, people on StockTwits, people on Discord, people say, everyone buy ACIU, ACIU is going crazy, ACIU, ACIU. And then guess what happens? It goes up even higher and higher and higher and higher until it starts getting the selling. Momentum starts moving on in. We start seeing shorts come on over. Momentum starts moving on in. Sellers get scared and start to panic. People start saying on their Discords and their chat rooms and their communities, they start saying, hey, everyone get out, take your profits, take your profits. That's where we make our money. Instead of being the guy that is constantly trying to find the big time spike and chasing and being the person that's waiting for every single person to say buy, 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 why don't we just wait for some key indicators to know that this is going to reverse and just be all set, ready to go? Because I already told you, ACIU, if you had a $2,000 account, you could have turned $2,000 all the way up to $4,000. You would have been able to make a double your account. The same exact thing with ACIU here. You would have to short $4,000 back on down towards where it's at right now, $3. That's a $1,000 profit. You make the same amount of money towards the upside as you do to the downside. You do. So again, $1 up is $1,000 if you have 1,000 shares. $1 down is $1,000 if you have 1,000 shares. Now, please remember, guys, if you are getting overwhelmed at this time and you're saying, Deck, okay, I'm a little confused, but don't worry. I would rather have you a little overwhelmed than underwhelmed. It means, again, you're working. Your brain is trying to figure this stuff on out. So this is really the idea that I'm looking at. This is the focus that I want you guys to be on top of. This is the understanding that every single day we will see hot press releases. These hot press releases will lead to very big spikes. Once these very big spikes get over pumped on up, they come dumping on down. You guys want to see something else that's going to back up this theory? It doesn't matter what stock I pick in the penny stock world. Nearly 9 out of 10 of them, I mean, I'm going to say 99% of them fall over time. The US Bureau of Labor and Statistics put on out that 85% of companies will fail within their first 2 years. So guess what that means? That means I'm not talking about Tesla. I'm not talking about Apple. I'm not talking about Nvidia. I'm talking about stocks that are like $10 and below. These are going to fail over the next 2 years, most likely. So the thing is, if I click ACIU and let's say I go back to like a monthly chart, notice ACIU was at $19. Now it's at $3. Let's take a look over on, GameStop right here. GameStop, I know again, GameStop had the crazy spike, so this one might be a little different, but even take a look at GameStop, how it's been fading and falling and dropping over the last 2 years. Let's take a look at TVGN. TVGN was at $21. It's now at $1. Let's take a look at CCLD. CCLD was at $5. It's now at $1. KOSS did have a monster spike. It's all the way down towards $4. Take a look at CZU. CZU was all the way up at what, 20,000. This is from reverse stock splits, but now it's at $7. We could see INKT was at $20. Now it's at $1. We could take a look at CCG up at $200. Now it's at $2. What I'm trying to say here is that if I can show you that every single play I just clicked has been at a higher area, then was all the way down towards a lower area that it's at right now, and every single play that I clicked here this morning has gone on a morning spike and has now dumped on off, such as ACIU or TVGN or again CCLD, every single top gainer had a morning spike and gave all of its gains on back. And every single top gainer, if you look at the past chart history pattern, has all been falling for the last few years, and every single top gainer is looking more red, why in the world do we wake up every single day and we say, hey everyone, what stock am I buying today? What stock am I supposed to look for the breakout? Hey Deck, what stock's gonna get the best spike? What stocks? Let's get that out of our heads. You are again shifting on over from being the naive trader that is again just on Twitter or StockTwits or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. You are shifting out of that naive trader who has no idea what's going on and just following what everyone else is doing and trying to buy the play that's already bought up way too high. And you are now turning into the trader that's now saying, I'm outsmarting the market. I am going to be the trader that is now again outsmarting other traders. I'm going to be the person that's not the sheep buying at the very top, just paying other people money. I am going to be the person that is waiting for that reversal and now betting that it's going to fall, just as every single play fell. People say again, 80% of stock traders lose, 90% of stock traders lose. Do you know why? Because 80 and 90% don't understand the market. 80 to 9% just basically say, hey, every single day I'm just going to wake up and basically follow this guy on Twitter who has a lot of followers and he's just going to tell me what the best play is. Sure, you can again buy Tesla and say, I hope it goes up. Sure, Tesla's a great company, right? Hey, Deck, I want to buy Nvidia and hope it goes up. Sure, I understand that. Hey, Deck, I want to buy this. I hope it goes up. Sure, I understand that. But the thing is, team, I want you guys to understand more. I want you guys to say, hey, these small cap plays are not going to go on. These small cap plays have a better chance of going down over time. Just like blue chips, it's better to bet on calls for options most days because they go up. Just like on penny stocks, these are all built up by hype and social media. And the moment traders get scared, they dump off the shares, just like CCLD. So when I show you these big profits and I show you these big plays and I show you, wow, I can't believe again, this guy was able to make so much money. This was all from what? This whole entire thing right here. This all $570,000 was all from shorting. Shorting. Yes. Are there losses? Of course there's losses, guys. There are going to be times that stocks move up higher than you expect and they go up a little bit more. So are there losses? Sure, this is not bulletproof. But what I will tell you is we have the odds in our favor. Let's talk about why I was not a fan with options, guys. And I've talked about this with our traders before. With shorting, what do we need to do? We basically just have to figure out what stock is going to be the hottest, and we need to figure out a great entry on when we think that that stock is going to fall. So what we have here for shorting is we're going to have to figure out what stock is going to go on the big rip and run. Maybe it's going to be stock ABC. And now this stock, it's moving up. All we have to do is figure out when's the best entry before this thing starts come crashing all the way back on down. That's it. That's all we got to do. Figure out when the stock is going to fall. When a penny stock, which is already overbought, which has been known to fall, which is probably going to be cracking, which has been falling for the last 2 years, when is it going to start dropping its way back on down? That's all we got to do. Now, let's think about, options and why I really did not like options whatsoever. When I was trading options, I felt like I was the tourist. I felt like I was basically the person in the casino getting taken advantage of. I was, guys. I was getting taken advantage of left and right, with options. And the reason why I say that is because I need to figure out what is going to be the best stock, right? So what's the best stock? Then I have to figure out, okay, what is the best entry? But the thing is, now I also not only have to figure out the best play and I have to figure out the best entry, but I also have to figure out the strike price. How high or how low will that stock go up to? And not only how high or how low will that stock go up to, but I also have to do it within a certain period of time. So I have to pick the right play, I have to have the right entry, I have to figure out how high or how low it's going to go up to, and I have to do it within the correct time frame. Now also, if it does it within the correct time frame, but does it slower than what I want it to, well then I'm also going to have time decay. That's going to be a major factor. And also there is going to be other Greeks that could limit me from making money. Now also on top of that, if a lot of people are doing the same play that I'm doing, I'm also going to have implied volatility. So let me get this right. So for shorting, we already know that 99% of these companies are most likely going to fail over these next 2 years. We know that nearly all of them are going to have morning spikes from hot news, and the moment that everyone dumps off their play, it leads to a very big dump. Awesome. And on top of that, I can hold it as long as I want without any sort of repercussions. As long as I just keep holding, there's a great chance that they're going to be going down. Correct. On options, I got to pick the right play. I got to pick the right price. I have to figure out how high or how low it's going to go within a certain time frame. And if it doesn't do it as fast as I want, I lose money from time decay. Then I have other Greeks to worry about. And if everyone does the same play that I do, I don't even make any money regardless. Whoa. Why the heck am I doing options? Why the heck am I getting involved in this in any sort of way? What the heck are we thinking over here doing options, guys? That's what's so nuts about it. That's what's so crazy about it. If anything, again, I'll give it to the futures guys at least. For anyone here that's doing futures, hey, I'll give it to you guys at least. For futures, you guys at least don't have any sort of time decay or anything like that. But really, when we're thinking about, all right, how can we make the most amount of money in the stock market? The most amount of money, you want to know how to be able to make the most amount of money? This is the secret right here. We want to find stocks that have high moving percentages. is if we can find stocks that are going to increase in a very quick manner with high percentages, that's how we're going to have a great return on investment, right? So we want to be looking for high increases for the best ROI, return on investment. So that's why we look over on penny stock. I could see GameStop is up 52% on the day. I could see ACIU is up 45% on the day. TVGN 45% on the day. CCLD is up 22% on the day. So imagine being able to have a 45% return on a day. Imagine again just nailing a piece of it and getting a 12% return on the day. Now that's beautiful and that's great. Let's think about something right here. Let's go with what most long-term investors look at. They say the average stock market return is 10% per year. 10% per year. Now traders, this is the safest way to trade. It really is. If you put $1,000 into the S&P 500, you can be able to walk away in 12 months from now with $100 in profit. Now, that doesn't really sound too great, does it? You're saying over 12 months I can make $100? It's coming out to like 20 cents a day, right? It's barely anything. But obviously, when you have a lot of money, it makes a lot more sense. If I have $100,000 and at the end of the year I have a free $10,000, that's pretty awesome. If I have $1 million and at the end of the year I have a free $100,000, that's pretty awesome. If I have $10 million at the end of the year, I have an extra $1 million, that's pretty awesome. So the thing is that you guys need to understand is having those 10% returns is great when you have a large amount of money. But the thing is, not everyone here has $10 million in their account to make a free $1 million a year. So a lot of us definitely focus on a little bit riskier, but we want to trade the riskier plays as safe as we can. And that's why we look at a lot of times these GameStop type of moves, ACIU type of moves, TVGN type of moves, CCLD type of moves, where we can be able to get a better return on investment without having to wait so long. Now, as we know, this is where the emotions start kicking in. This is where the FOMO starts kicking on it. This is where traders start saying, Deck, GameStop's moving on up. Can I buy GameStop? Guys, GameStop's starting to, Deck, did you buy GameStop yet? Are you in on Deck? Should I buy GameStop yet? Traders, the thing is, I am not a person that you are going to find that I am going to be buying a lot of these breakouts, buying a lot of these plays, buying a lot of these stocks here. I like to look for the reversals of these plays. Because remember what I told you? I already told you. Just switch over to a weekly chart. Go back to a monthly chart. Every single one of them is going to come crashing on down. Take a look. ACIU, every time it spiked, it gave all its gains back and then came crashing on down. Every time it ripped and ran, it spiked on up and came crashing on down. Even take a look at GameStop here, guys. We already know the story here. GameStop, take a look. Every time it spiked, it gave it all back. Every time it spiked, it gave it all back. Every time it spiked, it gave it all back. Every time it spiked, it gave it all back. So the thing is, you don't want to be the guy that is buying at the very tippity top and saying to yourself, oh man, I hope it goes higher. I hope it goes higher, when we know there's a better chance that it's going to fall on down. Remember, we want to put the odds in our favor in every single way possible. So we know the most amount of money is going to be made if we have a higher percentage return on investment in a quicker amount of time. Now, the thing that we already talked about is the higher percentage return plays. Okay, the higher percentage return plays are not going to be in blue chips. The higher percentage return plays are going to be in smaller plays, right? We know that the smaller the play, the better percentage return. So that is why I like to look at penny stock plays. Now, penny stocks are a term. That does not mean that I'm actually looking for a stock that's 1 penny. I would not play a stock that's 1 penny. I personally look for anything between 50 cents all the way on up towards about $25. So when I am talking about penny stocks, I am talking about anything between 50 cents to $25, because these are going to be plays that are going to get very nice returns for us. These are also plays that we can also afford. These are plays that we could be able to get involved in, and they are going to still be able to be manipulated from against social media. If you like it or not, plays are going to be manipulated by social media. You guys want to see an example of this? Let me know. Right now, I'll show you a perfect example on why social media is a huge manipulator to the market. Today, it is currently at this time, Monday, May 13th. This play right here has GameStop spiking all the way on up. Does anyone have any idea why GameStop is spiking on up? Guys, GameStop, this was a play that spiked all the way back in 2021. This was the play that was everyone's favorite play back in 2021. Why in the world is GameStop spiking right now? I'll show you. Do you know who started the GameStop hype? Roaring Kitty. Roaring Kitty is an investor who is just a normal guy who was the first one to tell people to start buying GameStop. He's basically the guy that everyone talks about. He was the one that they made the movie after. Roaring Kitty, just a normal guy who, again, it started a whole entire Reddit group saying, everyone buy GameStop, it's gonna have a short squeeze. And he was the first one to lead towards that ginormous rip and run. So if you guys go over to Roaring Kitty's Twitter, guess what? Take a look at Roaring Kitty's Twitter. Last time he tweeted was back in June 18th of 2021. But last night, he tweeted for the first time 13 hours ago. 11 million views this tweet got. 11 million views this one tweet got. How insane is that to think about? 63,000 likes. Let's go over to the comments section right here. You can see, welcome back, Diamond Hands, right? Tell us us what we're buying. Time to mess up Wall Street again, right? You could see this guy rock hard, okay? You can see how everyone is excited to see what he is going to be getting himself in next. Everyone's putting green candles on up. Everyone's posting old videos of Roaring Kitty. Everyone's saying game on. Everyone again saying shorters are in trouble now. So the thing is, guess what's happening here? If Roaring Kitty was the guy that started the GameStop hype, and now he's basically saying, hey, I'm back. He's moving back forward, basically showing he's interested in a play. This whole entire spike today is absolutely fabricated. This whole entire rip and run today over on GameStop is all spiking because this one tweet got 11 million views today. How insane is that? 11 million views because a guy posted a picture of him moving forward, showing that he's now interested in possible GameStop, possible a new play, but every trader is saying, uh-oh, GameStop time. And you're telling me that, oh, well, why is this stock moving on up? Oh, this stock's moving on up right now because it's a good, healthy company. No, GameStop's not a good, healthy company right here. People are buying it because the guy who started the entire squeeze just posted for the first time in 2.5 years. That's why GameStop's going on this huge rip and run. Let's just imagine here. Let's imagine if all of a sudden he tweeted and says, hey, my next new play is this one. I'm done with GameStop. GameStop would come crashing all the way down to the ground and everyone would move over to the next play. So what you have to realize is Roaring Kitty's a little bit of an exception. If Roaring Kitty tweets something, there's millions of people that are going to buy it. Millions of people that are going to buy it. But if again, a normal, let's say guy who just has 90,000 followers, 50,000 followers, whatever, has a Discord, has a chat room, if he again posts everyone go buy a play, it's very quick up and very quick on down. But don't miss this golden era we have right now in front of us of basically pure manipulation off of, again, social media. Now, some people were asking and saying to me, hey, Deck, is shorting these plays, is this illegal in any sort of way? Is this anything bad? I mean, it seems like a lot of people pump up plays right here. What we're doing is 100% legal. If I said, hey, everyone go buy this play right now for no reason whatsoever, and I was already in on that play, that would be me pumping it to you, basically me trying to get profits from you guys. That's what's illegal. If we see other people pumping up plays, and we know that these are plays that are just going to come crashing back on down, and these are plays that are going to just be based off fluff, and we are using an investment edge and saying to ourselves, wait a minute, I know that this guy on social media, this guy on Twitter, this guy on Facebook, this guy on Instagram, this guy on TikTok, he's just pumping up plays trying to make money off of his followers. Instead of joining his followers and making that guy a lot of money, do you know what we do? We say, hey, the moment that guy sells and tells his whole entire sheet to sell, guess what? The whole entire stock's gonna come crashing all the way back on down. So instead, we use that investment edge. We say, hey, we are going to get ready for that crash, for that when that guy inevitably sells and takes profit, we're going to make money the entire way back on down. So are we doing anything illegal? Are we doing anything bad whatsoever? No, not at all. Not even close. All we're doing is saying, hey, I think this play is up on fluff. Hey, I think this play is up on nothing. Hey, all these penny stocks, 99% of them come crashing back on down. Hey, this play is up just because a whole bunch of people are buying it off social media. Hey, this play is up because this guy on Discord said everyone go buy it. There is no reason whatsoever on why these plays are up. So that's why they come all the way crashing all the way back on down. So this is the beauty of stock trade. Understanding, finding this social media, understanding how hype works, understanding the action, the activity, and really right here, right now, this is, this shorting group here. What I plan on doing here with you guys every single day is I want to be able to take down everything that is fluff, everything that is manipulated, everything that is up for no reason whatsoever, and basically say, hey guys, we are going to be getting ready to see these things dump on off. We are going to be getting ready to see all these plays crack. We are going to be ready to see all these plays fall apart. We're going to be ready to see all these plays come crashing on down, and we make money as these plays start fading and falling. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll. I hope you guys are with me right now, and I hope you guys are just absolutely jacked on up at this moment.